the Second Bulgarian Empire here. Actually, in this town we had the remains of three fortresses. We had three fortresses, out of which only two still have something, because the third one was on that hill and nothing has been preserved. But there is another one on this hill, which is Trapezista, and this one, Tsarevets, where we are now. Tsarevets is the best one preserved. And just like, you know, in the old days, fortresses were meant for protection. This is why it's built on a mountain, correct? And also they were built surrounded by a river. We crossed that bridge. This is where we came from. And around it you're gonna see as we climb, there is the river called Yantra, which is all around the fortress to protect the fortress.
What is the name of the river?
Yantra.
Yantra.
Yantra, yes.
Wow.
Let's pay attention to the cars. Go. Here. Let's stop here too. But from the ruins, they thought this is how it looked like. We entered through here, and on the ground floor, let's say on the base of the mountain, we have the remains of 470 houses and dwellings, and 23 churches and 4 monasteries, which is where the regular people would live, let's say, like us, okay? If we're climbing up, we go here to the Patriarch Ensemble. It's where the Tsar would live with all his family and his, I don't want to say slaves, let's say people working for him. And on top of the mountain here we have the Patriarch Ensemble. We have the Patriarch Ensemble. Where is the place where the Patriarch, the chief of the Bulgarian Orthodox Church, would live? As I said, because religion was far more important than even the king or the Tsar in that period. Good. Now, let's climb up the hill. And there is also a wonderful botanical garden there.
I want to go to Petrești. Petrești.
From there in the medieval ages, when they did something wrong. For example, it was the case of a pope that had an affair with a married woman, and he was thrown from that rock, arrived in the Yantra river, and of course died. Not good. Yes,
Not a good story.
Yes. And now let's climb to the top. You can stop on top of those stairs instead.
See how that ends up being built into the wall.
That's tombstone covered?
So,
That's what I asked. If it was introduction.
here we are in the palace ensemble. This is a part of the palace ensemble. Now, there to my right we have the remains of Saint Paraskiva Church. Of course, the king, the Tsar, needed a different church for himself. Saint Paraskiva is very important to Romanians because we love her very much, and her remains are actually in the town of Iași in Romania. And once a year, for like 2-3 days when it's her birthday, Everybody rushes to Yash to touch her remains. Because it says they bring you good luck and health and all the good things. I don't understand it, but this is how people do it. Century. They imagine how pretty much it looked like in those days. As you can see, it has more than one entrance and they were all guarded. And up here is actually the church of St. Paraskiva that I told you the remains are down there. So this is the place where the Tsar would live. Good. Are we ready to climb up the hill to the church?
Yes.
Welcome to Zarada, the main fortress of the medieval Bulgarian capital, Tarnovo. From 1185 to 3 centuries, it was the center of spiritual and political life of the Second Bulgarian Kingdom. Archaeological studies have revealed the remains of 470 residential buildings, public buildings, 23 churches and 4 monasteries. The palace of the Bulgarian kings and the patriarchal complex are situated in the central part of the fortress. The restored southeastern cupola, also known as the Baldwin Tower, associated with the name of the Latin emperor Baldwin of Flanders, who was captured by Tsar in the Battle of Adrianople in
The church
1205,
in the middle is not actually the church that we see right now. This church was actually reconstructed because the original church was destroyed in 1393 when the Ottomans conquered the fortress. This church actually has the same age as I do because it was made in 1981 and it was painted in 1985. And unlike the two churches that we saw this morning, an older one and a newer one, this one is very modern. For one, the altar is open. So I guess we can say in a way women are allowed to in the altar. The paintings on the wall are not what you would expect at an Orthodox church. Saints and people from saints and scenes from the Bible, but also scenes from Bulgarian history, which is, as you can agree, a very important step, right? And completely different from any other churches that you might have seen before. Of course, this is a museum right now, but even in a museum, since it's a church, we have to be a little bit quiet. Obviously, we cannot scream in a church. Now follow me up there so we can see the amazing view of the town, also of the Yantra River. We'll take one more group picture, we'll enter the church and then we go down.
Actually, Yantra is very left. I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. Good pictures. And then we go inside.
Yeah. If we don't, we'll go back on them. You know, of course, in Bulgaria,